I've been wanting to do Kokoda for a while, so I thought I have a general sort of degree of fitness. I guess the thing with EE was they really condition you for the type of activity that you're doing. So although it's important to have some fitness, you don't have to be some elite athlete. And I think that was proven with the group we had, because we had a really mixed bunch. So yeah, so by the end of the training, I felt ready to go. I just felt like we were prepared physically.
Yep.
And yeah, I couldn't wait to get there. There was definitely grueling parts, and some days were relentless. You sort of think, am I ever going to get there? But you know, you will. You sort of just put one foot in front of the other, and you realise that all that training you've done really has prepared you, that there wasn't really any doubt that you'd get there.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess there was a few reasons. Just a personal challenge, and I've got a bit of an adventurous spirit, so yeah, I was really keen to try something like that, to see what it was like. A bit of an interest in war history, and my pop was in New Guinea in the war, so I sort of knew a little bit. And yeah, just I guess the ANZAC Kokoda was particularly special because I'm a bit sentimental about ANZAC, and to be somewhere like that, having ANZAC service, it's not really like any other experience. A few people had recommended Executive Excellence to me, and it's a bit like anything. If somebody recommends some service to you, you're probably more inclined to try it. They just had a really good reputation. It really has been the complete package for me, because you have the challenge side of it, the physical challenge, and that along with that comes the mental challenge, because it's just inevitable that you'll experience conditions that you've never been through before. And also the fact that John and Al were soldiers, so they're soldiers taking you on a soldier's journey, and I think we sort of saw other groups along the way, and even saw a couple of situations that were a little bit risky, where we knew that we would never have been put through that.
Yeah.
So you never had a feeling of concern for yourself or your friends. You just knew that they'd get you there, and they have such a great rapport with the local people. And yeah, right from the very beginning, when I started my training, I just knew that I'd done the right thing. So yeah, I think it'll be the start of more adventures, EE adventures.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. My husband laughed at me a bit when I said I wanted to go, because he's a girl who doesn't like humidity or heat or bugs. So I thought that was going to be a challenge for me, just the weather aspect. And with the rain, you got that whole muddy track experience. So they were kind of things in the back of my mind. But when we got there, there was a little bit of humidity that first day, but you tend to get a little bit of rain in the evenings. So the track was a little bit damp, but yeah, it's just, we did get rain the second half of the week, so we kind of had a dry period, and then it rained probably for the second half. And you are walking in the rain some days, and you just sort of take it in, you just become part of it, and it's not a burden, it's all part of the experience. It almost wouldn't be right if it wasn't raining at some point, and it makes for some really good adventure too, because you've got river crossings, and so yeah, I think we had the whole range of weather.
Yeah.
So, and I think each time you go would be different depending on the weather. It is really part of it. You do kind of, sometimes you're ankle deep in mud and you're just ploughing along, and I think that ANZAC Day was one of those particularly difficult days as far as the weather goes, which I thought was kind of fitting that we should suffer a little bit. So we'd had ANZAC dawn service and there had been rain, and we sort of had a river crossing straight up that morning, and then we did plug along through some mud for quite a while. But your porters are there and your team's there and everybody's going through the same thing, and you really build that kind of mateship and camaraderie that it's all based on, I think. So yeah, I loved the whole, you couldn't go and not get money, like just wouldn't be right. So